What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're going back with some Onigiri content. And as we all know that we just got an update from Dragon Art Purgatory Tenshou, right? So how do we gonna make the good from the event, and how do we progress from the event when you got a party to do the dungeon? Alright, so I'll show you in a bit. So right here we have the new update content release from yesterday, and this is all we got. Yeah, the one thing that we already know, that is like the Dragon Art Tenshou Purgatory, right? And with that you can get so many benefits from the dungeon, also from the Rokudo exchange given based on the amount of treasure that you're gonna get from the dungeon. So you can see over here, this is like the specify that you can actually obtain. So it will be like all type weapon of Tenryu, Purgatory, and then the manifestation scroll. Also the other thing that can look pretty good, that is like the Heaven Dragon Magatama, which is how good does that Magatama going to give you. So you can see right here, right? On the exchange shop, like beside the skin and all the jazz, we also have Heaven Dragon Magatama, which is gonna be the main thing that we wanna go to, in order to try to get the best possible DPS for your character. So as usual, we have like 3 tier of Magatama, and what is specifically and good with this Magatama is that you actually get the damage bonus based on your element. Yeah, it sounds pretty familiar, right? It was the same at the last time when we look at the Ice Magatama from the new event, right? The Akechi event. And now it's the same thing again, which is like, instead of ice, it will be like fire and holy, because the weapon and then everything else from this boss is just like holy and fire. So everything is gonna be about holy and fire. And beside, alright, you can see 180 elemental more. This is like the 128 version. You can also get the proc at the 115 version, right? It takes like 2k treasure to actually get it, and the base one is not. The base one actually not really doing that to you. And one other thing that is just really bad on this Magatama is like the SP reduction decrease. It's gonna be really bad, especially for those weapons. It's like not one, and stab is like axe and another weapon that is just not applied to this kind of stab. Then the SP reduction minus is going to harm it even more, because you don't have the stat to just sustain for that, okay? And that's like the one of the only downside, like beside the element thing, is like obviously had to be like that. And then the weapon durability, right? The weapon durability also on the same state at 50%. And there's another special version of this Magatama we see over here. It's like Heaven Magatama Revolution. Alright, this is like the latest tier of this Magatama. You can see on the stat, what is the difference between like the 133 version versus the 128 version. You can see on at the 128 version, you only get like 1.5k attack for each element reach the milestone, right? That's like 3k attack, and then when you hit 200 element of each, you're gonna get the damage bonus, which is 5% each, combined to like 10%. I don't know how much it would be for the value of the cap damage, but I obviously think it's gonna be like 100k or 300k, because that's how it usually go with the Magatama that actually have proc damage. Alright, and another thing about this version, As you can see over here, we get like 10% for each, which is like 20% if you combine two of them, right? And 20% for proc one element, and 8% or like around estimate of 6 to 7% for you to actually getting the other, the two element, all right? And there is also the 2k attack is pretty good, right? Instead of 1.5k, you got like 2k, and you need to have like, but like the value of the element that it offers like more than the other, so it's, I would say, yeah, it's kinda sucks. I'd say it's kinda sucks if we don't have. And the one other thing that it might be also a harm, this Magatama, you can see the value of the fire and the holy element is really low for this type of Magatama, because it usually with the voice Magatama, it usually go by like 80 or like 100, but here you only can see like 50, right? 50 you only can see 50, and it's like the same with the heavenly Magatama, only 60. Why it's supposed to be 100, but if it's like the other stuff, right? And also the other thing that you want to get is like revolution series equipment for Tenryu weapon, which is like the Dragon Art Tenshou weapon. So with this you can have an attack skill Tenryu Pillar 7, alright? That one was a really good one, and the reason why people really like this weapon is because of the value of the attack you actually get from the weapon. Alright, so you have like 30%. You can see like the attack 30% right here, and the critical force plus 30. It just make it way better than another weapon. And also you can see over here we get like minus 20 critical, but it already covered, right? If you have a good GMB build, it's already covered by the 10 crits from 70% HP and 10 crits from the 50% HP, so you're basically losing no critical, right? And that's really one thing that's really good about this weapon. Also another thing, that's like the critical force. Like imagine not losing critical and having critical force. It's just way better for you to try to actually make some progress on this kind of weapon. Alright, and the damage bonus, alright, so as some info from other of my friend, they also have the weapon. We had like 30% chance of proc fire element and 30% chance of proc holy element, and that's like 800k per proc, so you have like 60% chance to proc 800k, and you have like 20% chance to proc both of them, which is like 1.6k for like the weapon. So only one thing I don't like about this weapon is like the proc is really low, despite the stat is just so good for most of the class weapon that actually using this, right? And that's for the weapon. And also another thing can be really good on this event is like the Tenryu Flame 7. It is like a fail safe for those people who doesn't have money to actually invest on the gacha for the sublime, and this one actually a fail safe for you, and you can only get one of those. So for those who don't have that, I suggest you try to farm, get a party and try to farm this because it's really good, right? So that's everything we need to know about this event, and I hope that it's gonna be a good info for all of you guys. Besides that, the golden floret box and the bud fluorescent box, bud box is like the one for the orb ornament, is like the one that we already know. And wait, one side note that every event they're gonna give the mag that is like close to the value that you want to get from all of those Magatama and weapon and the content. So this one give like 15 rain, and this one give like 37 rain. It's really based on your build. I don't know why they put eyes on here, but I think you probably should try to get one of those because it's really cheap, right? It's really cheap. It's only like 5 treasure for this, like 15 treasure for this. This is like the common map, but it also really useful, and it's not like you're gonna have the time to farm those. So for those who actually interesting on min max build, you probably should get at least one of those here, right? That's like for this Magatama. So, and another thing, like for those people who actually want to pretend to using those like low tier weapon, all right? This is how you're gonna do it. You're gonna spam for the treasure and grab 3 of those weapons and try to make the skin. Right, that's how you do it. And yeah, that's everything from the shop. And I guess the next part is going to be the strategy. So about the dragon art Tenshou, he has like 1.2 billion HP on hell, and the element attribute is like except for 2 elements, that is like rain and dark, is like neutral. The rest of the element is like strong, and it's really strong. He resisting to most of the element. And also he had a lot of attack pattern that is just really annoying to deal with. First, he doing some basic pillar attack that you might or might not getting hit if you are in the behind of the boss. And then after that, he doing dash attack, which is the one that is really annoying to deal with, because using the dark element mean you had to be really careful with the minus of the holy element on the build, because the minus holy element mean you taking more holy damage from that boss. Sometimes he stands still and let you attack, but that doesn't mean that you're not gonna be careful with his extra basic attack what he gonna do when he stands still. And also the fact that he keep teleporting make the gameplay is just so inconsistent by the iframe that the boss have when they do the teleport or the dash. Then we have this pattern where the boss just flying up the sky, and there's gonna be like 4 crystal on the ground. You're gonna have to kill all 4 crystal before you actually want to kill the boss. And the reason why dark element is just way better on this dungeon, because using dark element mean you going to have the advantage from the to the boss, and also to the crystal, right? And also with there's gonna be 2 extra mob or 3 mob exploding on your body. Normally on hell mode you easily just can get 1 shot from those mobs, so try to kill them before they actually exploding on your character. When you kill the 4 crystal, he going to get down, and you're gonna have to deal damage to him as fast as possible before he doing the same pattern again to try to just like wipe out all the player in the dungeon. Also notice about the crystal phase that if you the longer you let it exist on the ground, the more pillar fire and holy pillar going to damage you a lot, and to the point there's going to be a big pillar that instant kill you. You can see over there with 37k damage. That's all you will need to know if you want to kill the boss easily. For those who have partner and Mao, I suggest you either go with like Irabaki Doji Nidame, or you should go for, if you have the money to actually spend the game, try to have Honda or maybe like Ivis, because those 2 are pretty good for the boss. It has like the weak element, also having the weak type, but basically especially with Irabaki Noji Nidame, because she has strong against the monster, and this boss over here monster type, so you're gonna have to really notice on that one. And that's all about the boss. If you have any question, leave it on the comment section down below. Right now, beside the dragon art, we had the bug fix and the fix added from update patch note, which like for those people who already obtained Mechuhide accessory, the ice element attribute is gonna be getting like 10 more, which is 10% of ice element plus 30 become plus 40. Also the UI of the accessory selection panel Daruma shop had been to be changed. The display position of the dungeon attempt and reset time for the difficult selection panel has been changed. And another thing is like bug fix for accessory day for the display. It's not SP plus 15, and it actually SP plus 15%, but I think most of us are already aware about this change. So that's all we got for today update. That is it for today's video. If you like the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. You'll see more of my YouTube content on the future Onigiri. Also, if you want to join a Discord that have lots of people helping you also trade the knowledge with each other. If you like the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you'll see more of my YouTube content for Onigiri in the future. Until next time, I'll catch you all soon. Peace.